Title: Pandering to Emotion versus Being Emotionally Intelligent, Why It Matters in Every Part of Life. Today, we hear a lot about being trauma-informed, socially aware, emotionally intelligent, and those are all good things. But what we're also seeing is something very different, an explosion of emotional pandering. And if we don't know the difference, we risk confusing compassion with manipulation, empathy with ego, and truth with performance. Let's break it down. What is pandering to emotion? Pandering to emotion means responding to feelings in a shallow, performative way to gain approval or avoid discomfort. It looks like saying what people want to hear, not what's honest or helpful. Reacting with oversensitivity to any opposing views. Using phrases like "I feel attacked" when someone simply disagrees. Pandering often centers the speaker's emotional experience, even when it's not the most relevant thing. It protects ego, not growth. What is trauma-informed or emotionally responsive? Being emotionally responsive means acknowledging feelings without worshiping them, recognizing trauma, but not using it as a shield against accountability, balancing care with structure. It says, your feelings are real, but let's deal with them in a way that helps you grow, not stay stuck. In politics, pandering shows up constantly. Instead of policy debates, we now see emotional theater. Politicians say, people are dying because of this bill. If you don't support this law, you're heartless. I'm deeply hurt by your disagreement. These are emotional appeals meant to silence logic. Instead of presenting solutions, people play the victim or use moral outrage to manipulate support. Being trauma-informed in politics would look like creating policies based on real needs, understanding public pain, yes, but leading with clarity and data, not just emotion. In parenting, pandering shows up when parents let kids avoid all discomfort, never say no for fear of hurting feelings. Reward emotion over effort. Instead of teaching kids how to regulate emotions, it teaches them that their feelings are a weapon. In contrast, emotionally responsive parenting means helping a child name their feeling, "You're frustrated," holding a boundary, "But we still have to go to school," and offering support, "I'll help you calm down." It's compassion with backbone. In romantic relationships, here's where it gets slippery. Pandering in relationships sounds like, "You should have known what I was feeling. If you love me, you'll never upset me. I felt disrespected, so you're abusive." It creates emotional fragility. It blames the partner for all discomfort. It uses vulnerability as control. Emotionally intelligent love, though, says, "I'm feeling hurt right now, and I need to talk through it. But I know it's not all on you." It owns emotion, shares it, but doesn't weaponize it. Social media and virtue signaling. Social media is a breeding ground for emotional pandering. People post long rants about being traumatized by a comment, video, or news story, often to show moral superiority. They signal, "Look how sensitive I am. Look how much I care." But it's not about healing or justice. It's about validation, likes, and identity. This is virtue signaling, when people express moral outrage not to fix a problem, but to elevate themselves. Meanwhile, real emotional intelligence is quieter. It doesn't perform for likes. It listens, reflects, and helps others without making it about the self. Generational changes. Was it always like this? Not exactly. Older generations were often taught to suppress emotions entirely, stoicism, grit, tough it out. Today's culture swung the other way, over-identifying with emotion to the point where feelings equal sign truth. This is a pendulum swing. The goal is integration, not suppression, not indulgence. Maturity means respecting emotions without being ruled by them. So why are we doing this now? Because social media rewards emotional content. Schools teach emotional expression, but not emotional regulation. Victimhood gets attention, and attention feels like power. It feels good to say, "I'm hurting." It feels good when people rush in to validate you. But if it becomes a pattern, it creates entitlement, not resilience. Bottom line, there's a difference between honoring emotions and worshiping them. There's a difference between compassion and control. Being trauma-informed is not about indulging every emotional reaction. It's about helping people process it, understand it, and heal from it. So the next time someone says they're traumatized by a disagreement or uses emotion to silence reason, ask yourself, are they seeking connection? Or are they seeking control? Because real emotional maturity knows the difference.